Okay, so I am coming in. I just got these looms in, and the reason why I'm doing this video, it's been a while since I've done a product video, and this is for Cindwood, and they have new pegs, and the benefit of these new pegs. So let's show you the old ones. These are the old ones. And they're going to slowly start providing them in all their looms. Right now, they're just kind of putting them in a couple of looms at this moment, and you'll have to check out their website for this. But I'm just going in and explaining some of the changes that you'll be seeing over the next months with Cindwood. Now, these are their old pegs, and you see there's a ridge there. And a lot of people found that when they went to go do a purl, the stitching wanted to get stuck. Not horrible like the boy loom or anything, but it wasn't as easy to use. And I personally, because of the way I do a lot of my patterns, do a lot of stitch stacking on top of things, and I found that they weren't long enough. So the new pegs are very much like a golf tee, but they have a smooth top to them so that when they purl, they should slide off. And I've done the prototype testing with these, and they are wonderful. They're also taller, so that when you're doing some of my patterns, like the crocodile stitch, where you're having to work up at the upper top while not touching the original stitches, you'll find that this will be much easier on the taller looms. They are also coming out with the a few looms will have the 7/16 gauging. This is one of them, but I don't know which loom they've introduced. It's going to be on their website. So they are going to start doing looms in a 7/16 gauge. So keep look out for that. You might want to sign up for their monthly newsletter, and you get it in your email. Okay. So that's one of the new things. Now, another new thing is their wedges. Their wedges, if you remember, weren't all uniform because they were handmade. These are now in the same material as the pegs. And if you've worked with Cindwood Looms, their pegs are really strong. So now you have a uniformity in your wedges, and they're all one piece, okay? So this is also a new thing that will be being incorporated, where the wedge is going to be the same material as the peg, and so it is nice and solid and uniform, which has been some of the complaints in the past about the wedges. So that's a new and wonderful thing. They're going to do it with all gauges, okay? Now, not only did they change up their larger gauge looms, they've also, their larger gauge pegs, they've changed up their finer to small gauge pegs. These are pretty much the same shape, they're just taller. And that's to go along with on special stitch patterns like the crocodile stitch, you have the height. But and they're smoother. That was another complaint I think in the past, that they were rough. These are smooth, and also the wedge is one piece. So it's made with the same material as the pegs, and they're all one piece. Okay, so these are some of the new products. These are some of the new changes that will be coming on the scene in the next several months, slowly on Cindwood. So you'll want to keep an eye on their website, and you'll probably want to listen to their podcast. I'll put all the links below, the link to their website, link to their podcast. You'll want to listen to that and keep up with it, because that's where you can get the latest news of what's going on, so that you have that, because these new pegs and wedges and gauge, the 7/16 gauge, are some of the new things that they'll be bringing into their website to order. Okay, and this one isn't available. They don't know when this one will be available, but I'm mostly showing this for the new pegs that will be available soon. But right now they're introducing the large gauge pegs. They will be eventually introducing sooner, probably, the fine to small gauge pegs. Okay, so keep an eye out on their website. They have a lot of new stuff that's new and improved and even better coming out. So you still get that same solid base. You get nicer pegs. Your fine gauge pegs are smooth, so they shouldn't hook anymore. They're taller. Your wedges are uniform, and along with the large gauge, smoother top to work with, and also uniform wedges. So that should be exciting for you to keep an eye out, particularly with the holiday season coming in and you need to start making all kinds of gifts for Christmas. This is something to keep an eye out on. I'm excited to start using these and to start filming how well these work, but because these are smooth, both of them are smooth, and so the loom knitting should be more of a dream to work with right now. So that is what's new and updated with Cindwood Looms and what is likely going to be being presented over the next several months. So keep an eye out, sign up for their newsletter. I'll put their website below, link below, and I'll also put their podcast. And you should keep an ear out on that because that gives lots of good information too.